So I told myself I wanted to go to Japan, and that it'd be better there, that it'd be different there, and at the end of the day, it seemed like a good place to go since criminals can't enter Japan. In fact, drug addicts are simply shot and disposed of like any other kind of garbage. But you just can't simply go to Japan. It took me 2 years to gather the money, the qualifications, and the opportunity that got me into the country. And one day it happened. In 2011, I moved to Japan. When I first came to Japan, I accepted a job teaching English in a small town called Suruga, working for a local woman at her English school. But I quickly realized that things were wrong. The woman lied to me. She didn't have a school. I was working inside her damn house. I was being severely disrespected, and from time to time her friends would come over. I would amaze them with basic English like it was fucking magic tricks, but the simple fact of things was I was a slave. On my best days, I was a clown. On my worst days, I was a monkey.
Ooh, she is stuck.
Still, I tried to make good of the situation, but it quickly went from bad to worse. The woman who lied to me about the job she gave me also lied to me about the pay. She barely gave me a 4 for what she promised. I had no chance to survive under these conditions. So I wasn't sure what I was going to do, but I put together a plan. I spent 9 nights at a local bar called Tree and made a lot of good friends with the local nightlife. I decided to leave as soon as I could, and I made plans to head north to Saitama. But I needed to find a way to escape. March 11th came and started like any other day in my life. In the middle of the day, an earthquake struck. And I knew it was different from previous ones, but I didn't really think about how much or why, because I'd become accustomed to earthquakes quite fast in the past 3 months. I finished my day at work as I had the days before, and I went home from work. But that night was different, because when I got out of work, I saw fire. There was fire everywhere. While I'd been at work, the earthquake had caused a tsunami, and the tsunami had caused the gas tanks to explode all around me. And as horrible as it all was, it was a golden opportunity for me. So I told the woman I was leaving, because I couldn't deal with her anymore. I wish I had told her off better, because I was still trying to be polite, but she told me I couldn't go. So I didn't say anything to her, and the next night, me and my friends packed up all my stuff. I got on the midnight bus to Tokyo, and I never looked back.
Hello. If you're watching this video, you probably know me.
To quickly sum up the next several months, I got a real teaching job in a real Japanese school, and I was very pleased with that. I was employed by an ALT company and served for 1 semester. It wasn't totally terrible. My supervisor was a crook, though. He lied to me 4 times, and I got severely fed up with this company's lack of support.
Did I ever tell you about the time the sky turned red? Even now, I don't know why that happened. Yeah.
After an uncomfortable and strange summer, I finally managed to fulfill my dream. I moved to Tokyo.
I don't know if it's safe to live in Tokyo anymore. No one knows where all the danger is. It could be anywhere. Whatever happened to the Fukushima 50? We never hear about them anymore. They say the government all left. They went west. They're building a new city. I hear they found plutonium in the river the other day. Is the water poisoned? I hear the food is poisoned too. China won't even buy the tea anymore. I know. I hear there's kids that already have cancer up north. I bet we're all going to die.
Things were almost becoming right for the first time. In Tokyo, tensions had hit high over the nuclear situation. The people were outraged, they were poisoned, and they were silenced. There was a media cover-up, and if you weren't living in Tokyo or getting your news from that side, you wouldn't know that there was even any radiation there at all. I became more proactive at this time, and I started working with people who were helping the tsunami survivors. I saw the unspeakable atrocities of the Tohoku region, where during a time period people had starved waiting just for food to be delivered, and later had been poisoned by the radioactive food they had to eat afterwards. The paranoia began to overtake me. I started hiding in my house, hiding from the radioactive fallout, hiding from the black nuclear rain. To keep from being exposed to more radiation in my food, which was the most lethal kind, I took mainly to eating at McDonald's and Sonny's Indian, Pakistani, Thai restaurant, since I knew their food did not come from Japan. In fall of that year, the Fukushima power plant exploded again. At that time, I suppose it was either the 4th or the 5th time it had exploded. The first 2 times being in March, and it had exploded again at some point during the summer. The company I was working for was doing its best to help out the survivors, but, well, that was the final straw for my boss. He declared Japan too unsafe for our company to continue working there. He had a panic attack and he bought us all gas masks, which was a noble gesture. And the next day he left. He went back to America. And he told me if I wanted to save myself, I should go back too. I had to do some soul searching after that.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Picture.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, it is.
Near the end of the year, I worked as a teacher for one final time. And this final time, I found success as a teacher. But after that, I started to lose my mind. And somehow there was nothing holding me back anymore. I did every crazy, stupid thing I wanted to do with my remaining time.
Come on.
My final days in Japan, I ran wild. I went to strange and exotic clubs.
This is Tokyo. The robot comes to Tokyo.
I met the wildest people you could ever imagine. I start my own band.
朝目が覚めると君がいて静たると焼いてたさ Sweet baby 君はそうさ甘い甘い僕の恋人
My life in Tokyo was great, but eventually I could no longer ignore the hard facts of reality. The very same facts that everyone else was denying.
I am God.
You are?
Of course I am. I shall now show you a vision. The rays of the sun shine upon everything in this world. The love of the universe is what brings living things to life. MB, from now onwards, your job is to save Japan, to redeem yourself from your shame and your inability to save the woman you once loved. This is your destiny!
If this is my destiny, I will do my best to fulfill it.
MD, you have a terrifying power. Listen well, MD. If you use this strength in Japan, people will at first praise you, but later they will fear you and keep their distance. Can you lose the happiness of humans you so desire? And live alone?
In that case, I can't fight anymore. I don't want to be alone.
Oh my God. You finally did it. All this time. God damn you. You maniacs! You blew it up! God damn you! God damn you all to hell!
And so, a month before my visa was about to expire, on December 16th, 2011, I left Japan.
Hey, Mr. T here. Have you ever been accused of doing something you didn't do? Well, it happened to me in Mexico City. And I got thrown in jail for it in Mexico City, Mexico City, Mexico City.